Hello everybody, this is Robin with Deladey's Acrylic Art, and today I wanted to do this video after the fact instead of trying to do it while I was doing it. But anyways, I'll explain. Uh, Along with this video in the group, I will post some pictures to go with this. Yesterday I went to Walmart, had to pick up a few things, and I was looking for a ball that I could hold on to. The balloon is really hard to do a balloon smash with. I just can't grip the balloon right, so I was looking for a ball. Instead, I found these. And this is like a gel ball. And I'm sure you all have seen this one. This one's a pineapple. But I wanted to do a balloon, not a balloon smash or a balloon kiss, but I wanted to, now I forgot the word that I was going to use for it. But anyways, my balloon smashes have not been turning out great. Maybe the paint is too thin or it's too thick. When I go to put the balloon in it, it just hasn't been doing right. So my concept is to pre-paint the canvas and let it dry a while. As you can see, there is texture. And you know what? That is okay. So I painted it 3 different colors, and I used these brushes. I did a yellow, a green, and a blue. This was aquamarine, I think. This was a yellow, canary yellow, and this one was a baby blue. I can't think of the name. But anyways, I ran my bottle of paint and dripped it down the edge, and then drew a line across, and then put yellow, and then I painted it. Then I did my green, and then I did my blue. And then I went and took a shower, got dressed, and everything else that I did. What I wanted to accomplish is to use those tools on a mostly dry canvas. Now, I just forgot my thought, guys. I didn't know if I'd get to this in time before my granddaughter's birthday at 1 o'clock. So if this was completely dry, I didn't care. But I just wanted very, very little paint. And if I got texture, I didn't care. Because quite honestly, we always hear, oh, look at those cells. Look at that composition. But you never hear of texture. And texture is really key when it comes to painting. And let me explain. As you can see, this has a lot of texture. But people don't explain texture to you. I love texture. Granted, a lot of people would say, okay, well, that just looks muddy to me. That is kind of ugly. I think this is rather pretty because it's not uniform. There's no reason. There's no forethought, really. But there is a lot of texture. There is a little cells in here, and that's another word you hear a lot of is cells. But you don't hear texture. And you really have to consider that when you're painting, whether it's acrylic pouring or if it's painting in general. Look at the texture in this. Now, a lot of people wouldn't like that either, but I think it's really interesting the way it came out. It's not one too much of anything, you know. And artists who use a brush, they are actually going for that. There's texture in that. This here was my first canvas, and I actually went to the top and just dripped paint and let it run down. And I did have Floetrol paint and silicone in this. I did want to get cells, but I think it has a really unique composition to it. Granted, this might be a little muddy here, but if you look close enough, there is many different colors in it, but that's texture. And believe it or not, my husband and I went through my pictures, and he says of all the ones I made, he loves this one the best. Quite frankly, this looks like something out of a horror film. But yet I also, I mean, it's not my favorite, no, but I do love it because it has texture. Okay, there's that word again, texture. Here is a fail. I was doing a balloon smash, but I love it. There is so much texture in that, different colors and how they blend. This one was just black and white, and I tilted it. That actually wasn't a fail. That I redid. That was actually just a one pour and go. Then same with this. I think to me there is a lot of gold. I didn't care for this gold down here, but there is a lot of texture. And that particular one was that was a swipe. It was my first successful swipe. This was a fail. That did not go well. And I balloon smashed it. This is probably my favorite of all. This one here was a swipe. If I put resin over it or varnish, it may bring out the colors in it, but I thought it was pretty cool. This one, love that. Lots of texture in there. This one is basically turned out orange and white. I don't like the colors because I was trying to fix it, but it's still pretty. A lot of texture. Yes, are you tired of that word yet? So fails aren't normally a bad thing. So this one is also a favorite of mine. It was bronze, white, and black. That was it. And this just went willy-nilly. All I did was a blank canvas. I did not prime it. I just squirted. I grabbed my bronze, my white, my black, and just squirted white, black, and bronze all over the place and then tilted. That was the end result. It took 10 minutes. This one is kind of unique. It's got multiple, like bronze and gold and silver and black and white. It's not my favorite, but it's interesting. This one didn't go well, so I took a comb and a hair pick comb and brush lines in it. Look at all the different colors you get in that. See? Texture. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm just trying to explain to you what texture. Okay, so any of those canvases that I do over there, I could actually do something on top of them, and like say a string pull or a chain pull, and make something different out of it. And I plan to do that with a couple of them, and I hope to show you that in the future. This one in particular I'm looking forward to doing. I don't know what color, but I don't want something too bright, but I will probably do that in the future. Okay, back to this. This particular one, like I said, I had 3 colors, as you can tell on the side: the yellow, the green, and the blue. And all I did was I took and just put paint onto a paper plate. And then I took these and dipped them in. This is got all different kinds of colors. I had probably at least minimum of 12 different colors. This kind of got muddy up here because I tried fixing up here and didn't like it, and so I put white on top. Not too fond of that, but, and you can see right here, here's the blue, or no, excuse me, that's the green. And then you got the blue peeking in. I got negative space up here. Usually I don't like negative space. I'm just weird that way, but I wanted to give something up that I do a negative space. Because as you can tell, I don't have usually negative space, but you can see these little dots actually give it texture. So it's a flower, but it's not really a flower. So I mean, I'm not 100% on this, but I do like it. But it gives me something else to grow from. I probably should have practiced that on the scrap canvas or scraped canvas. But experiment. Don't ever be afraid to experiment. You know, that's how you learn. But the end result that I was trying to get to is seeing if it would work better for me to paint my canvas first, let it dry for a while, then later, by the way, guys, you just want your paint here to cover up the white. It's just using it as a background. And that way, should it come up like it did here and other areas, it peeks through. And if you get a little bit of grainy in here, see those lines? Don't worry about it. People aren't really going to notice it, and it's just a little bit of texture anyways. So anyways, may not be the prettiest in the world, but I'm not upset. I may keep it. I may paint over it. But I do know that, where to go? If I do keep it, I will probably paint the edges here where the stress ball went over. And I'll take this color and just clean up the sides wherever it went over. But I'm not unhappy with it. So there you go. Have a great day. Happy painting.